drop it down?
Well, it's live.
Do we have Wi-Fi though? Oh, okay, there we go. I just wanted to check if the Wi-Fi is on. There usually is.
But Nikon, right? For me, I have to do it from the bottom here. I have to...
Yo, okay, hey everybody, what's up? I'm gonna get a mount for us real quick.
What's going on, Nelson? Comic book nerd. What's up?
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna discuss Crisis in a second. But if you guys want us to get in um, a long discussion topic, hit up that super chat. I think that's the best way to organize it. We're gonna just talk about certain things, but if you guys have a particular topic you want to delve really deep into, just hit up that super chat and we will answer it big time.
I like this phone. Like the whole screen is the phone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's
Like,
see. Go
oh,
ahead. You can
nah,
compare
I'm
it.
just loving it because like Apple. I know I got mine for free, but like,
Hey, Arachnid already on that with $2.
hey, what's going
Let
on?
me know what your question is, because we got there's a lot of people that
Can't they put the question with the donations?
yeah, they usually can. That's why I think maybe you just want to donate money, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, all right.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. Yeah. Much better. Okay,
there we
cool,
go.
cool, cool, cool.
All right.
All right, guys. So Crisis just wrapped up. We just finished watching it. DC Sun is on his way right now. Please do not message him about some of those big events that just happened. You guys already know what we about to talk about it, man. I cannot let's just get this out the way. Let's just get this out the way. The big one. I cannot believe they pulled this one off. Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, spoilers. By the way, okay. Ezra and Grant is one of the greatest CB moments ever. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah.
and let's talk about that for a second because I can't believe it. Nobody knew about this, and I would like he and I were just talking about it. We would love to see a BTS behind the scenes
Yep.
of how the fuck they were able to pull that off. I don't want to hear any more excuses from DC Warner Brothers ever again about why they can't mix together movie and TV stuff. If they could pull this one off.
Yeah.
But the only problem I have about this is that the cast didn't even know is he and Terry and I, we both thought that they pulled all of that off on a green screen actually, because there was no talk about Ezra Miller coming into Vancouver, because Ezra Miller is a really big star. If he came in during the filming of Crisis on Infinite Earths, okay, we're gonna get to that question in a little bit. We'll remember that. What about your thoughts on ending on part 5? Okay. If he came into Vancouver Airport and he talked about that, people would have known easily. We knew when Lucifer Dude came in. We knew when Kevin Conroy flew in.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people knew when Superman
Tom
Welling came in, but that was weird. Like, I have no idea. Yeah, they put him in a box and shipped him to Vancouver. So we both thought that they shot that on a green screen.
Just by the way it looked.
Yeah, exactly. For example, basically,
Not even.
so right here, this is basically Terry is Ezra Miller
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, basically.
I thought that they filmed
Right.
like this, centered on the
Right,
camera,
exactly.
on the green screen, like
In
they
an
had-
apartment like
Yeah.
that, and then they just superimposed them shaking like that, like hey, how's it going, yeah, and then the whole touching thing, like I completely thought that was how they did it, but we just went online right now. come to find out, that was actually like legit
On set.
on set. But that's the one problem. He and I, now that we know that, we're kind of disappointed.
Yeah, they had all this space and opportunity, and they had this awkwardly shot scene.
Right.
Which I get if that's what they were trying to go
Right.
for, but like you got Ezra Miller.
Right.
Like you know you can like do
That's a
something. You
monster.
can do a little, do a little flash moment or something.
Right.
I don't know, but
No, not even the flash moment, but like, Arrow is so good. Arrow, James Bamford is so good at shooting these talking scenes where the camera's just panning around and doing all like, they could have been walking around the table. Or, you know what? Maybe Grant flew into LA
that's possible.
and they still shot it on green screen.
Yeah.
That's why the backgrounds were very static.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's the one problem. So that's the one problem I had is like
The only other thought is like maybe it was improv, and so they didn't have like stage direction. But they're like legit actors, like they know
Right.
what they're doing.
So everybody's telling me that. Well, I can't check his Instagram right now, but if we check out Grant Gustin's Instagram, they're saying none of that was green screen. So that's my only disappointment now, that I know that was an actual physical location. Like, they could have shot around the table, or like, where they're having like a standoff type of thing of like trying to figure out each other. Like, example.
Look at that. Yeah, that's what you showed me.
Yeah, so that's actually on set. Like,
Yep.
I just kind of felt like they could have done like just something like that where the camera is just kind of following them like that. So that's my only disappointment, is that it just kind of seemed a little amateurish, but I also know what they were going for at that story mode.
Yeah.
Every time Oliver was talking to Barry,
Yeah.
it was that same kind of this weird framing of a medium shot. So
You know what I will say? Like even looking at these pictures, I can see like just like Grant seems to be really really starstruck. He has this like you can see that he's really appreciative to be in his presence, right? But Ezra Miller is also like a very humble dude as well. Like remember when they cast him as the Flash and everyone was like, you should get Grant Gustin.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's I like seeing them together, you
Yeah.
know, like breaking bread like that. Like that's nice. You know, like that at least I do feel that, you know.
I
It's a good
hope they
feeling.
can play it off. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I hope we can get something in the future again. Like, I would love to see a Flash War, or just a crossover of like all these different Flash.
Yeah.
That would like, like I was saying that they should probably take a break next year without any crossovers. But if they did a Flash War and made it all about the Flashes, I'd be down for something like that. Or if they did something where everybody got the Flash powers, or something similar to Batman Metal, where there's a Wonder Woman Flash, Cyborg Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Cyborg Batman, Flash Batman, like that.
Okay.
Something similar, but Flash Black Canary, Flash White Canary, Flash Martian. Like, they all have speed and they all like use the Speed Force.
Yeah.
I'd be down for something like that as well. Yeah.
So
Congrats on the baby, by the way. I think that's towards you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You can see that on my Instagram, my kid in a sand armor, at Will's Mad. I was going to answer the guy's question.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's go
What
to
do we
those
think
questions.
of the ending of part 5?
Yeah.
I think a long time coming. I've wanted those all the shows to converge into one world. And hell yeah, like now they're all together.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I did think we were a little weirded out with the Teletubby.
The Bebo.
The Bebo thing, like what?
So personally, I wasn't a big fan of them doing that Bebo moment at the end. I get that it was a Legends of Tomorrow episode, but I felt like the gravity and the style of the episodes they were going for, part 1, it was like so separate from part 1 through 4. part 5 was like so comedy. I wasn't really feeling it, but I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
And it also sets a very, now here's the very important part, guys. I think it sets a precedence for what we can expect for the CW crossovers in the future. I mean, I'm sorry, for the CW attitude in the future. Arrow is finishing up. We're pretty much done. I think the gritty, dark style of show writing is pretty much finished.
Because even Flash
has transitioned out of all that. The seriousness of Flash hasn't been what I've wanted to see, but people are enjoying it, and I don't think it's a bad thing. It just doesn't suit me the same way it used to. So,
because people used to tell me that Flash isn't as dark as Arrow was, because when I watched Flash's 1 to 3 seasons, but like there was some pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah,
that's where people actually came up with that. Grant Gustin is the Flash to be in the movies, because like they had a lot of drama with the mom, with the dad in prison, like having to see him through the glass type shit. Those scenes, damn. Or even worse, when Savitar fucking took him and like beat his ass up through the city.
Yes,
like that shit was fucking crazy.
And Zoom took his ass, beat his ass through the city, showed him up in front of the fucking police and like, is this your king?
Yes. Oh god.
Whooped his ass.
Flash was crazy, and then
Let me see if I can get to the other super chat questions real quick. Just a moment.
Hopefully they'll restrain too much of the camera.
Yeah. Cinema Reviews, he says, Ezra, we're gonna have a race. It's gonna be dope. Yeah, like I kind of wish that they had that, but I understand the story wasn't really requiring that at that moment. So all right, so let's the thing I want to, so yeah, go ahead and hit up that super chat, guys, if you want us to make a huge topic out of something. But what I wanted to talk about is the new face of the CW, or the new face of the Arrowverse, is basically it's going to be a little comedy. We saw at the end of the episode the monkey that like,
which that doesn't mean that we're like beholden to having that in the next season, but they did show it.
Right, which I do think that this is like issuing in a lighter tone of just a lighter tone of the storytelling that they're trying to do. So okay, cinema. So yeah, did anyone feel like that last episode was necessary? No, but again, it was necessary to the point of letting people know that we're saying goodbye to the darker style stories that used to be what the CW is, and I think CW episodes are, and then we are issuing in a newer tone of like lightheartedness, female frontal, sort of female-led style of storytelling. So
yeah, I don't watch Supergirl, but that Supergirl, like when they started off the episode, I was like, man, there's a lot of women in this cast.
Right.
Like I'm really not used to that, and it's a little refreshing.
Yeah.
Especially when I see like the Filipino, at least I thought she was, the Hispanic woman, and this, like, damn, they got all the flavors in the in the world over here, all the colors of the rainbow in this shit. It's weird.
But then at the same time, we also have Black Lightning, and we have all these other cultures that are going to be mixing in. It's gonna be weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as someone who I watched Black Lightning just a bit, to see them merging together in a world where superheroes is now a thing.
You know what I don't want to happen? I don't want, because I'm glad they didn't go with this, but I don't want them to have Black Lightning be that. Yeah, man, I'm from the hood, man. What the fuck's going on over here, man? It's like that, nigga. Oh shit. No, please don't do that. All right, be cool, be black, but don't go too hard. All right, just be normal, and that's what I'm glad I'm feeling from. I don't know the actor's name.
He said, right, but he sometimes says, it's like that, it's like that. But I don't like He plays it well.
Exactly. He's smooth.
Now, Black Lightning is, I like the episodes, and I like the way they do it. And sometimes it's very religious based as well.
Oh,
Which
okay.
but
All
you
right.
know, because blacks and church
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
go
yeah,
together,
yeah.
like
No,
that. So they
absolutely.
really push that a lot. So I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
Now the one thing we were both talking about is the fact that Iris was not in that final shot. Like
Yeah, they had everyone had their
everybody in their
little
family,
montage with the
yeah.
families. Fucking, they go with his lady,
Yeah, and his kids,
Clark and Lois,
right?
and then
And like we did, like the whole. I thought this was really weird because everybody was talking. Everybody was talking. This whole season of The Flash has been like, I'm gonna come running back home to you. I'm gonna get. Our love is stronger than this crisis, and blah 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 blah. And like they never showed them reunited. That shit is wild, man.
yeah,
Like
that is very weird.
that is
That is
like
very weird.
they had a scene of Snowberry with Caitlin and
Yeah.
Grant. Like
Do they live together? Like, why were they at the house together? Like,
who?
Does
No, they were in the laboratory. They were in Star
Oh,
Labs.
okay. I'm just like, why was she at the crib? Like, where the fuck is
No, it was just so weird to see that. Like,
Okay, all right.
like why are only they together? Like, did Iris just not like? Did she just not come back? Like, okay. All right. So for $2 here,
For the next crossover.
Daniel Travis asks, "What would you like to see for the next crossover?" I personally would love to see, like I just mentioned already, a
Batman's-
Flash War or something like that.
Okay.
I want Batman to stay out of TV. Honestly speaking, like just for me, Batman is like. I'm glad that Superman's kind of in these CW crossovers, but there's also kind of the demoted version of Superman, and I would
Yeah.
never want to see Batman treated that way.
I see what you're saying. Because, like, I was wondering why Superman is off to the left, but White Canary's over here talking all this shit.
Yo, like during the reaction, which I will edit for you guys later, but it's like there's this one lineup where all of them are walking and everything, and I'm like, oh, Superman. And Dionysus was like, wait, Superman was in that shot? And I'm like, yeah, he's over to the corner here. You see that?
Yeah.
And I just don't really like how they
they nerf him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, we don't want... He's not the star. He's a side character, but, like, damn. Anyways, I don't know. For me, for crossover, I kind of want them to adapt something from the Justice League cartoon, which I don't think is possible. But the Cadmus type shit, where the government is going against the supers, that would be dope. I don't know if
I agree with you on that. So, and they might be able to lead into that in the near future because Lex Luthor is now
president.
Not yet, but yeah.
Oh,
but
right,
he's
right.
gradually.
Yeah,
he might be getting his way into that,
He's the boss.
and I wouldn't mind something like that where they turn the public, where somehow he starts to turn the public against all superheroes.
Yeah, that
like that.
That would be cool because the reason why that was a thing in the Justice League in the DC animated universe was because Superman came back brainwashed and like fucked shit up in Metropolis. That was the catalyst.
Right.
And years down the line, in Justice League, we find out that they were doing shit.
Now, somebody asked me about this in the super chat question as well about the ending and the battles. Personally, I didn't really like the over usage of a CG fight. Like they were all just swinging at air and shit, and like these weird camera angles. But
the swooping around.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of, but it just they're just kind of swiping air, so it didn't really have any gravity to it. And what I was mentioning that in hour 4 of the crossover, when the Anti-Monitor is raising all this black boo-boo shit from the ground, what I was hoping for is that they take a page from the Justice Lord's storyline, and when Lex Luthor is formed with Brainiac, I think, he raises like these Brainiac versions of the Justice League, and they gotta fight their doubles, and they're kind of a hint of the Justice Lords. Yeah. So what I was hoping for is that the Anti-Monitor was just gonna raise anti-zombie versions of the paradigms,
Mm.
and then they fight doubles like Crisis on Earth X.
Yeah.
I felt that would add a little more gravity to it instead of them just still fighting the same. Like,
even if they had putties, like, you know what I mean, like a bunch of like, yeah, like, so in The Walking Dead they have a bunch of extras that's, you know, even if they were just like doing some basic ass judo, you know, with some extras, that would have been a lot more, I don't know, seem more kinetic than just swiping at air.
right, and he's right, because that's one of the things that the Arrowverse does so well when you have the right team like James Bamford. They have great stunt coordination and great stunt shots, and I do feel that's something that was extremely missing from this crossover. Every other crossover has had some good shots. That Batwoman episode in Elseworlds
Yeah.
was fucking amazing. Like,
that was all street fight, and it's
yeah.
funny because watching this with these last two episodes, I saw hints of what I loved.
Yeah.
Like that scene when they got blasted with Supergirl, Cho, and Lex into the forest. She caught Cho in midair. You know that wire work.
That was great.
It looked great.
That was like, and the way she just stopped and the cape like flung in the air like that. And
Yeah. More of
like,
that, please. And just because me and Dionysus were talking about Smallville. Like Smallville has these epic set pieces. It'll be the one set piece in the episode, but like, damn, they'd be some good ass stuff. I'd like to have seen more. They were walking through the forest, and I'm like, wait, why don't she just pick him up and they go fly over to where they need to go? You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of wire work involved. I understand they had a schedule that they needed to rush on as well. So, yeah, there were certain scenes that was just fantastic, though. But it was just hints of it.
Yeah.
Not the overall episode. You're like, okay, just like the same thing with Ezra Miller was fucking amazing. They could make it happen. But then you're like, why is this shot so poorly? Like, this weird framing instead, you know? That was weird. But I'm still fucking glad they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Like, there's just contractually things that I never thought that they'd be able to do. Even the thing with Burt War was that opening was amazing, showing the Titans, Burt Ward, holy exploding dragon of death, man. I'm like, like my brain exploded with that shit. That is amazing.
So does this mean that we're gonna get that Ezra Miller
Flash
Flash
movie?
movie?
Well, they postponed it to I mean, they put an official date again for 2 years from now.
Okay.
Like
that is never gonna happen.
I mean, it might. I mean, if anything, this shows his commitment to the Flash role.
Yeah, absolutely. He put on the suit. Like, I want to do this, guys.
You know what I would say if like I would have lost my mind if like Ezra Miller is it's amazing that they had him in there. Holy shit! Could you imagine if Cavill showed up in this episode?
Yeah.
I would probably stop watching the CW from that point on.
That would have been crazy
because it would have never gotten any better than that.
Because I think his team said that he's not out. Like,
right,
we're still
like he would be down for that if it doesn't fuck up his contract.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he fucking just showed up, like he fucking taps that other Superman like, I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You're like, yo, like, oh my god. I would just be like, okay, it's never gonna get better than this. I'm done. Like, I'm fucking done, dude. Yeah. Like, yeah. Very interesting though. Very interesting to see all of this. Is there anything else I wanted to cover? The Green Lantern thing was very interesting as well, because we were kind of talking about this as like, even before we saw Hour 5, I was assuming that what I was hoping for is that when they do a collage of all the different Earths, I was like, you know, it'd be great if they actually showed that last scene from Justice League with all the superheroes looking out, like, and I'm like, that'd be great if they do it, but maybe they can't get the rights for that or whatever. But then they end up showing the fucking
the
Oa from by far the WB's most financially disappointing movie franchise. Green Lantern. So I was like, okay, well maybe they didn't show Justice League because they're ashamed of it, or they don't want to show they don't want to rise up people that still have a bad memory of that movie.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you showed fucking Green Lantern, like, but then they only showed Oa, so it's kind of hard for some people to actually put those two together. So it's like, okay, let's just show Oa, and Green Lantern fans will get it, but people that have seen the Green Lantern movie won't connect it like that. But I wish they did show John just one moment.
Yeah.
He's landing, and he's just like that would have been fucking
I wonder
great.
if they feel that they have to like go overboard with the effects like they did with Ryan Reynolds. Like, is that why we're not getting that? Like, will we have to make him glow? Like, I guess the thought is, will it? You guys let us know. Like, I'm curious. If you had a guy with the ring and just like a suit, and he didn't have a glow, is that good enough?
Here's my thing. I think if they had just shown Diggle, so they had that green little blur, and then he just drops down, and you see this green flash wave, and he goes back into civilian clothes, but like green eyes coming down.
Okay.
I think that would have satisfied enough people. It's like, okay, he's not really in a suit, but we know he's definitely a Green Lantern.
Okay.
I guess that's. I know what you're saying, because they're not going to put a bunch of money into a Green Lantern suit for CW, and they're not going to use that horrid CG version either.
Yeah, because that's not necessary.
Right.
Like, I thought it was interesting artistically, but it could just be the
right.
ring.
That might
in a suit, Like,
that might be the main problem. That might be the main problem.
I think that could be why they're not doing it.
But again, like I'm saying, if they just kind of like, and then they show like the ring glowing and he's back in civilian clothes.
Yeah.
I think enough people would be kind of okay with that. But I mean, whatever. All right, Billy the Kid Lawrence, what up, man? Make sure you subscribe to him if you haven't. There better be a Flash team-up episode with Ezra Miller next season. This crisis set up so much potential, they should use it for that and more.
Yeah.
So, okay, again, this is the good and bad thing about Ezra being in the show. It's like, now that they've done it, holy shit, they have opened up a can of worms.
Yeah,
man.
I think maybe if Twitter, I'm not on Twitter, but if you guys like were to like really hit up the execs, like, we want more. I don't know. Maybe they'll see. Maybe they'd be like, oh.
You want more, but you can't afford more. Like,
yes.
Ezra's, he's a fucking
He's a
movie.
real, he's a fantastic beast. He's,
that dude's salary is worth more than sometimes the budget on these shows. Like, for reals, man. Like, you can't be having him. Like, he probably did this shit out the kindness of it. He's like, I got a few hours.
I didn't expect him to get paid. Like to that, when it comes to those kind
he probably
of roles,
didn't get paid.
It's chump change. It's like, I already got Fantastic Beasts. So, like, I'm straight. I'll just come through for fun. Because I want to do this.
Exactly.
I want to make this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get paid, because he's probably on a particular, he might be SAG agency, and it might actually be really hard to pay him for that appearance, because he doesn't do TV more. So he probably gets a cut of something else or what have you. Not like I'd be very surprised. Yeah, like you said, his appearance alone, man. I'd say, if I were to wager, maybe he got paid 10 to 20 grand, maybe.
I can't make an estimate. I don't know how much they
pay for this kind of it may, that's, like you said, that's nothing to him.
Yeah.
Like that, nothing to him. I don't know about that. Because I think Barry Grant gets paid, he gets paid $20K? $50K an episode or something like that. I need to go back and look it up. But I don't know, man.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know, but man, it was wild, man. What time is it? I gotta double check because
16.
Okay, all right. DC Sun is he's about to come over, and he hasn't seen the episode yet, guys. So we have to get off and stop talking about the episode. Let me double check to see if he's messaged me yet.
You guys. What
Yeah. So he'll be here in a few minutes. What are we gonna do? Should we watch that fan film with him first, and then he watch?
Well, if you do, I can stick around for the watch the fan film. And I got to break.
And then after that, no, that works fine, and we can condense it because he can watch both episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 40 minutes each, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, y'all can do your conversation about it.
Yeah, because we definitely want him to.
Yeah, y'all want to see what he has to say. I actually would like to see his reactions too, especially to the Diggle stuff. That Diggle crying, man.
He gonna start crying. Yeah. Totally. What's up, Charlie? Yeah. Okay. Really? Okay, hold on. So Mark Guggenheim said that he was paid a lot, like half the budget for the last 2 episodes. I knew it. See, I told you. He's the producer.
Oh, okay.
No, that exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's not. He's not cheap, man. And that motherfucker was only in there for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he made more.
He barely did anything.
He got paid the budget for 2 episodes.
That's why we didn't get the hardcore battle at the end. That's okay. Right.
But I mean, I guess it's, like,
yeah.
I guess it's worth it because it got people talking.
No, definitely.
I was wondering how were they going to top the Kevin Conroy, the Tom Welling, all of those cameos in the beginning. I'm like, we're going into the second half with not a lot to really get excited
I was
for.
thinking that too. I was not expecting anything because it almost seemed like it was front loaded, right, with all the good stuff in the beginning.
Exactly, yeah.
But you got to I hate to differentiate television and movie stars, but we know that there's a difference. Like they have a movie star here, like what, like Ezra Miller. Damn, that's awesome. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Everyone, by the way, hold on to your loved ones. My mom passed away just before Christmas. Yeah, I saw about that, Billy.
Yeah.
Cherish family, spread the love, forget the hate. Exactly, man.
Definitely.
That's.
Yeah, we lost family during sometime after Christmas. My uncle was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it really sucked having to. Witness someone passing essentially and dying. Like I wasn't there; they're back in the States, but I get it. That's what I'm getting at. You definitely got to keep your loved ones close because.
I mean, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't know what.
All of a sudden, Uncle Kevin is good, and then what? He's dying, and a month later he was gone. That's crazy. So. Yeah.
I remember my grandmother passed.
It was last year, right?
After Endgame, actually. Was it Endgame? Yeah, after Endgame, and I was just like, thanks, Grandma. Thanks for holding out before. Because her funeral was like a week after I saw Endgame, and I thought about it just for me. I was just like, damn, man. What if the funeral was on the same weekend that Endgame debuted?
That would have been such a conundrum. Ugh.
I'm glad I didn't have to make that choice.
Yeah.
But I would have been at the funeral, God damn, man. I'd be doing the midnight show and I gotta fly out.
But maybe the funeral director wouldn't have had a schedule open for Endgame anyways,
Well, it would have been on that Saturday, but see, I would have flown out on Thursday.
Okay.
So I could get there on Friday or on a Friday or something. Whatever. Well, it didn't happen. I'm glad we don't have to. God damn. Definitely rest in peace there. So the only things that didn't my only not disappointments, but things that were very obvious that were kind of weird was the Flash has been built up a lot around the Crisis, and the Flash disappears in that Crisis. The entire concept of the show was that
room in Gideon's room,
and I felt like that didn't really pan out.
So it's not a thing anymore.
Right, it's not a thing anymore, and it's not a looming threat anymore. But I feel the way it kind of panned out was kind of a fake out.
Yeah.
It was oh wait, so you just swap Flashes?
I do feel the swapping of the Flashes, but because that does suck, man.
And then Reverse Flash at the end of Crisis on Earth X. He looked at him, Reverse Flash has mentioned Crisis several times, and he was just like, see you next Crisis.
I guess that.
And he didn't show up either, which I'm glad. I'm not glad that he didn't, but there was no reason for him to be there. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That did feel like a cop out, but unfortunately they cannot do what they did in the comic books. Like when Barry Allen disappeared, that dude was gone. The Flash was Wally West for me in the '90s. Like it was fucking Wally West, and then they brought back Barry. I don't even know, but like they can't do that on TV. They can't like disappear Grant Gustin because Black Wally's like he left the show, so that's it. Was there another speedster on the Flash?
Um, Wally, Wally, the rival.
Oh, okay.
No.
There's a few.
There's a few speedsters that could come around.
Yeah.
Zoom, Reverse Flash pretending to be Barry Allen would be an interesting thing. Yeah, I don't know where Flash is gonna go because like they already ended the villain of the. Like it's gonna be a whole nother arc.
Okay.
When they come back, which will be interesting. But like I'm saying, it's just gonna be kind of lighter, like you know, very lighter. So there's a Red Scarlet dude that looks like steampunk. He's pretty cool. Yeah, there's that one too, as well. Yeah, very interesting indeed. All right, guys, we are going to get on out of here. I appreciate your guys' thoughts. DC Sun is right down the street, so we got to stop talking about the show.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild to see. He's going to be like, oh! Fuck, I wish we actually had that Flash mask. Remember you bought your costume?
Right. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Damn, I still got that. I didn't throw it away.
That is so funny just to come out with that shit. But then people would be like, man, they knew he was going to show up and blah, 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 like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so we're going to be back and DC Sun is going to, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but in all likelihood, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put DC Sun's full reactions on Patreon, of course. But I'll probably just cut his reactions. I ain't going to say shit. And I'm just going to like let him react as normal and support him. And then certain scenes.
You can intercut it.
Right. I'll just intercut it with DC Sun when he watches.
If he has a
like
better
that.
reaction than us.
Not even that. I'm just gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
That's probably
it'll be a super combo.
Probably the best way. I mean, I really wish with the green screen I could get them all lined up, but it's gonna be too obvious that like DC Sun's kind of just floating or whatever. Like put a little reaction cam or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. I'll figure out how it goes in the end. But you guys, so the first, the part hour 4 will be tonight for sure. If I have time, I'll hour 5. I'll try to finish it tonight. But in all likelihood, I can only do hour 4 tonight, and then in the morning I'll wake up and start cutting hour 5, and you guys will have it. But personally, for me, I think hour 4 is just was the best from the two. Hour 5 is kind of like
I'll be in the chat tonight.
Yeah.
If you premiere it,
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all the donations with the super chat. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for thanking me for the hard work. 43 people. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Notifications. We do Flash. We do Arrow. We talk about all this stuff. We got all the pop culture things going on, and every Thursday or so, I try to do some sort of live stream, whether it be gaming or you can call in. I want to start doing that more, but it's so hard, to get everybody together because our priority is for recordings. But I would love to have more people do call-ins. Maybe I'll do a post-crisis call-in show tomorrow if I have some time. Guys, take care of yourselves, and we will talk to you next time. Peace, y'all. Keep riding the lightning, son. Peace.